Okay, here we are in the shop, and I'm going to show you something that seems to be a curiosity to a lot of people, so I'm going to try to satisfy the curiosity of the people. And this is about hot boxing skis, and what I'm going to show you here is I've laid out some waxes here on the ski, no iron, just shaved off a few pieces. What we're looking at is about the same size chunk of wax for each of the wax types that I've placed on the ski. Okay, and we'll talk a little bit about what you're seeing here. Okay, the first two types, this one and this one, are base Renew waxes. Okay, this is the Renew graphite label. But one contains graphite and the other one does not contain graphite. The first one does not contain graphite. The second one contains graphite. These are Renew waxes. Super soft. Okay, next wax I applied, I left a chunk of. This is the Zoom. Graphite Zoom. Graphite Zoom is an all-temperature snow wax, which doesn't really cover all temperatures, but if you use it in, like they recommend, with butter or the harder edition wax for really cold snow, it's great. But anyway, so this is your Graphite Zoom. I found it's actually a pretty hard wax to melt in. Okay, now this is some yellow. Okay, yellow hydrocarbon. Base Prep Storage ski wax. Okay, and that's the next one. Okay, the next wax applied, bear with me here a minute, sorry about that. Okay, is a pink. Okay, this is a pink wax, and this wax, now we're getting into harder waxes, and this is the Dominator Pink Base Prep ski wax. Okay, then we went on to what they call their turquoise, which is what we call blue, but they have a white as well. So I don't have any white because I don't go quite that cold. Okay, now, so this is your turquoise or your blue. Just figure it's your blue. Okay, everybody's a little bit different, but basically the major manufacturers of wax, Toco, Home & Cole, Swix, Dominator, I mean, you know, pretty much you're looking at yellow, red, blue. Everybody's kind of tried to agree on that. Now, a lot of other companies make all different kind of weird colors, whatever. It's just dye and the little, like, food coloring in the wax, okay? So, anyway, the difference is that, well, when you look at graphite, some graphite waxes will have black food coloring or a black dye or something in there, make you think there's a bunch of graphite in there, but there's really not at all. There's just color in there. So anyway, and you can tell that actually when you melt some and iron it on your ski, you can actually see the difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run these in the hot box now. Okay, we're going to heat the ski up to 150 degrees. And then we're going to see how well each of these waxes melts in, and then we'll talk about that more later when we see the results of this. Okay. Okay, just for a little verification, I just turned the box off. It's cooling down now. It's one of my probes in the top. Here's the other probe in the top. Actually, the top of my hot box is not the hottest part. I'm not going to get all into it. Actually, in my hot box is not a big secret, but it's proprietary. I'll get my head out of the shadow, you might see it. But anyway, there's a myriad of fans in there. Sorry about that. Got so much junk up here. There's a myriad of fans in the hot box, and And this is cooling now, so you can see the temperature is dropping. And they circulate the heat around. It's very consistent. There is a hotter spot in one area, let's say, and there is a slight variation in temperature there, okay? But it's absolutely a consistent variation. In other words, I know what shelf, if I'm just using yellow, I can put that on the shelf that doesn't get quite as hot. And if I'm, you know, using a harder wax and I want that in the hotter position, I can put it there. And so there it is. So, okay, things cooling down now. When it cools down a bit, then I'll pull the skis out. Now, even though it's warm in the shop, I'm not just going to suddenly open the door and let a blast of cooler air hit these skis. I'll let them cool down considerably while I leave the fans on to keep the convection running. So, okay, we're going to pull out and see what those chunks of wax look like. Aren't you curious? Now, I cooked them up pretty hot, and I've only left them in there for 2 hours. Of course, this cool down will be about a half hour. So, we didn't even leave them in there for the full 4 or 6 hours or anything like that. And so then we can see just what those waxes did in the hot box. Now remember, it takes about 250 degrees to destroy a ski or to melt the PTEX, and that's why most manufacturers, for example, like these guys will tell you right here. What's that say there? Max iron temperature. Looking for that. It says it on everything. Okay. Okay, see, there they go. Maximum iron temperature 250. Okay, that's on the yellow. Okay. Now let's go to the blue. Maximum iron temperature 250. Okay, let's go to the Renew wax. That's a really soft wax. Okay. Maximum iron temperature 250. Okay, what's this all about? Well, because, well, if you actually get your ski, you better have a lot of wax for using a 250 iron, and you better keep it moving a lot. Anyway, all this stuff about moving the iron and all that is, I mean, an inch of, or 2 inches of melting wax behind it. Well, I guess if you're running with a really frickin' hot iron, yeah, you better be careful. When I spread my wax, I don't think I'm going to get into that now, but I could show you. You can heat your iron up, and then you hold one of those temperature probes on the sole plate, and you see where you're at. And for the most part, when I'm running my waxes on my skis, 250 iron temperature? I don't think so. I'm talking about maybe 180 tops, okay? And I'm probably closer. Well, yeah, I'm around 180, okay? Maybe somewhere around there. And I don't worry about heating the ski up or drawing the wax into it, because that's why I use